Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome from SEMS Welfare Foundation. I'm Amisha Rawat. I'm delighted to host today's knowledge session on how to build habits for self transformation. In today's busy and fast changing world, making real changes in life starts with small habits we form every day. This session will guide us on how to take simple, consistent steps that can lead to big improvements both professionally and personally. We are glad you took the time to join us. It shows us your dedication to learning and self growth. At SEMS Welfare Foundation, we believe in empowering people through education, skill development, and entrepreneurship. Our initiative DigiSaksham has trained over 6,000 individuals in fields like IT, finance, retail, and business. We also work to uplift inmates in Haryana prison by providing them with useful skills. Our partnerships with colleges, universities, and banks helped people to gain confidence, grow professionally, and become more self reliant. Now, I honor to introduce our guest speaker for the day, Sangeeta Natarajan ma'am. She is highly respected transformation coach and motivational speaker. Sangeeta ma'am has helped many people change their lives by building powerful positive habits. Her work focuses on mindset, discipline, and sustainable growth, the kind of growth that lasts. We're thrilled to have her share her knowledge with us today. Let's give her a warm welcome as we begin the session. Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, ma'am,
Thank
for
you so much, ma'am.
Amisha ji, for your wonderful SEMS Foundation vision also and my
Thank,
introduction. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you.
thank
I may start the session now, or you
Yes,
are
ma'am,
waiting
for
for
sure.
some other to join in?
Ma'am, you can start the session. They would be joining as the session is going on.
Good evening, everyone here present. Very warm good evening to all of you here. And today, as you very well know, the topic of our discussion is self transformation through building good habits, good practices in our lives. Now, as a motivational speaker and coach, I this is my forte to introduce good habits in children basically and good practices in children so that they enhance their mental well-being, their health and wellness is enhanced through building good habits in them. So our well-being is directly related to our routine. Our well-being is directly related to what our mindset. Our well-being is directly related to our duties and how we perform our duties basically. So first of all, I will introduce one exercise for you as an icebreaker that I ask all of you. All of you have the access to the chat here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I ask all of you to think about a moment in your life, one habit you want to have or you want to build, or you have already built in yourself, a habit which can be a good habit or a bad one, as we can say, because any habit that is hindering our growth is a wrong practice or we can say a bad one, right? So I would just request you to think about any of your habit which you have inculcated in you, irrespective of whether that is good or not. Please write it down in the chat box. I want your participation because your participation, my session will be incomplete. So I think we have got something in the chat here. Consistency. Padmaji, thank you so much for being consistent. Wonderful. Please, I want more habits here so that we can really delve into the subject and gain from it. So that is why your participation I need. Any of your habit, please write it down in the chat box. Okay. That is a very common one. The scrolling the social media, very transparent. Namanji, thank you so much for your inputs. This is our normally students or anybody, they scroll their social media the very first thing in the morning. Yeah, yoga, wonderful. Procrastination, Saksham, wow, thank you so much for your inputs. Ghanshyamji, yoga, very good. Eating healthy food. Wow. Natarajan, K. Natarajanji, thank you. Anupamji, overthinking. Very good. Come up with more self-doubt. Wow. That is very common in all of us. Wonderful. You have shown a mirror to all our practices that we do in a routine work, right? Now, that is a wonderful participation. Thank you so much for this. Now we delve into what is that one habit that you have just mentioned. What impact it has on your life? Do you know that your habits impact your life in a very substantial way? In your outlook towards life, in building up your uh, uh, enhancing your productivity and leading a successful day. So, what impact drawing? Wonderful. Now there are more coming. Amisha ji, thank you. Feeling energetic. Okay, good result. Very good. It makes you feel energetic when you do yoga or you have any other healthy practice. Right. Good. Good result. You get the good outcomes from your habits. Wonderful. Anyone else? I'm always, Charisma Saxena is telling, I'm always feeling pressure if I did not do my any kind of work. It's my bad habit. Okay. All kinds of Stop taking all kinds of medicines. Okay, wonderful. By eating healthy, I think K. Natarajan ji said that. Scrolling makes everything foggy. Oh, wonderful. That's we are coming into our self-reflection mode, and overthinking has significantly reduced the quality of my sleep. Yeah, wonderful. Interpretation and self-reflection. I want more. Please add on. Okay, fine. Now, you have seen the response of the habits that you were following or you have in your day-to-day routine life, right? Now, suppose you want to change this outcome. Good habits do have the good outcomes in your life. Suppose you are addicted to a habit that spoils your day or that kills your energy level, kills your focus, or things like that. So, what is that one thing, one outcome you want from your life or you want from your habit as such? If you want to change the outcome, kindly write that outcome in the chat box. Charisma, Naman, Anupamji, would you want to change that outcome? If yes, then what you want as an outcome out of habit? Can I have some answers here? Because I need your feedback. If you want to change your result, the outcomes, what would it be? The new joiners, I would repeat the question. Yeah. Yes, Naman is saying, yes, I want to feel like I have the mental capacity to handle any situation throughout the day. Okay. You want to change this outcome, Naman? Your previous outcome, like being foggy, he is saying that I want to feel like I have mental capacity to handle any situation throughout the day. If I change that outcome, right? So that is the positive effect of the outcome that he wants from his new habit. Ghansham Dasji is saying acidity can be reduced by more intake of water. Okay, wonderful. Any other outcome you would like to change? Padmaji, what you want me to repeat? Anyone else? I think I have to do meditation for changing my habit. Okay. This is another perspective of solution of our problem or our habit that we have inculcated. Meditation is one of it. Meditation, what is meditation? How do you think that what Charisma is saying that I think I have to meditate for changing my habit? What is meditation? Anyone? I think you are here who are very
Focusing
brilliant.
on breath.
Yeah, please. Engineer Saab,
Focusing on breath. Breath we
focusing
are
on.
taking in and out, focusing on that.
Yeah, wonderful, sir. So, when focus on our breath, what will happen? How it is going
We
to
we
change?
find we find inner peace.
Inner peace. And
Yeah.
by that inner peace, what we are going to fetch?
Concentration.
Concentration.
Concentration for the work, for any activity, for any assignment.
Yeah, wonderful. So ultimately, we are coming to what we need to do about things that we want to change in our life. So that focus, that concentration comes from when we sit with ourselves, when we think about our focus on our breath, we gain that focus, we gain that concentration, we gain uh, that wisdom, that eye to see what we are lacking in and what we need to do about. So this is the thing that we need for this is the basic thing that we need to change any habit for that matter. Basically, what is I will just share with you our today's. Just a moment, please. Let me share it. Basically, as Engineer Sahab Ghansham Das ji was telling, that we know that what we need to do. Basically, it is basically a journey from who we are at the moment and who we want to become. Basically, that is only the change we want to bring. Yes or no? Write in the chat box. Yes or no? We are here to transform ourselves, and transforming from who we are at the moment and to who we want to become. Yes or no? Yes, wonderful. I got the answer. Yeah. So we can see that the transformation is driven by, first thing is our self awareness, that what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, what are our fears, then taking the intentional action towards bettering ourselves. Intentional action means like we have known that we are following this habit. Now, an intentional action is knowing it and wanting to replace it with a new habit. That is the intentional action we want to take out of from. And third is a commitment to personal growth. This is because if we are committed to our growth, we will definitely would be a kind of would be aware of it, would be in a procedure to know that this is needed at this point of time. As this point of time, my growth is hampered or my growth is hindered because of certain activity. So I have to replace that activity, so that, because as I have become self aware now, I have to intentionally take an action to replace that activity that I am doing in the routine for my personal growth. So basic agenda is personal growth, right? Now, before we talk about this, I would like you to know that yeah. If we introspect now, what is that one habit? Because there is a trigger which drives our habit. Suppose we have a habit of scrolling the social media. Now, we reduce this habit by without changing to a new or a better habit? Can we do that? Or yes or no? Without replacing this habit, can we change our old habit? Yes, no, we can't. Okay. Engineer Sahab is saying that yes, we can. So now Karisma ji is also saying yes. So can you share your viewpoint on how you can change that habit?
We can make ourselves busy in some other creative activities, like
Yeah.
writing some stories, writing some poems, and attending certain webinars, attending certain quizzes. So
Yeah.
although it requires a mobile, etc., but the creative activities should be there. If you can visit some hospital, you serve the people, you help them instead of wasting the time on mobile, etc.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is any habit is a kind of by default kind of a thing. Suppose I get up in the morning, I will switch on my phone. Why? Because there is a cue here that some notification is erupted on the screen. Then I would want to know what is happening, right? I just go to my social media and check out what the message is. This is by default I'm doing it because because I am seeing that notification there. Right now, when I see the notification there and I go to that, before that I have to take action. Like suppose I can, whatever you are doing, like you can do the breathing exercise first. You can, get up from the bed and take a glass of water. You can pray. You can see the sun. You can do some yoga, or you can just stroll or walk in a park or somewhere before you just see your phone. You keep your phone in another room or in another table that is far off from you, so that when you get up, you have enough time for yourself thinking praying, doing some breathing exercise, or getting up, drinking some water, or going out and in the nature, or having a walk. So when we keep on doing this again and again, then automatically that habit get reduced, and we can now switch on easily to our another habit. Now I would want to ask you one thing here, that when you what suppose I just write something which comes in my mind when I get up. Now this is the new, I'm replacing the old habit with the new one. Now what is coming in between, developing this as an habit, writing as an habit? What can come in between that? Can you write it down, or can you speak up? What one thing is holding you back to replace old habit with a new one? This is my question to you.
I have got one habit of writing in the morning the speech of various saints. For example, Mahashraman, Siddhansi Ji Maharaj, and other saints which are coming on Astha channel and Sanskar channel. I write it line by line and spend about 1 hour on that. Even if our Prime Minister is speaking, I write line by line, even 30 pages go on for writing. I love the speech of our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So this habit I have inculcated. I don't leave this habit.
Okay.
Even I attend certain webinar, I go on writing that if I like it. Of course,
Okay.
this time you are questioning and getting the answers.
Yeah.
If it is a continuous one, then I will start right.
Yeah, very good. Absolutely. You start building a habit from you start making it a passion for yourself. As you have the passion for writing, you write down whatever you see or watch on the video, or any relevant or important information that you find helpful for yourself. You keep on writing that. Even if you're studying, you keep on writing your notes, so that you can build up that writing habit. So naturally, then you can switch over to writing as your habit. Now, Mr. Stephen is saying that I would say no, even in thought or action, it is in a way a habit. Mr. Stephen, I would want you to tell to our audience what you mean by this. Thank you.
So the way that I would describe that is we're creatures of habit, and we're constantly trying to, have a plan for the way that we do things. So even if you include variability, so like if you say, well, I'm not going to do the same thing, my habit's going to be to go to the movies on this day, but the next day I'm going to go for a walk in the park, you're still blocking out a time. The habit is blocking out a time to do something, even if you change what that is. And so the biggest habit that we can change is our thoughts, the way that we think, the way that we process things. So if we're going to boil this down, I think, to me, a habit is doing something intentionally over time. And so it's having a repeated pattern of behavior with intention. And so I think the best habit we can change is the way that we think and the way that we process things. And that will waken us up to live that intentional life. And I'm not trying to say how people should live their life. What I'm saying is notice what you do, right? Start becoming aware of what that means. And then from there, bring that into a decision process. Am I thinking? Am I living? Am I doing the way that I want to do? And so for me, it all comes down to being a habit, that even the way we think is a habit. So that's the way that I would answer that.
Oh, wonderful, Stephen. Thank you for your wonderful inputs here. I would want to know that suppose you were saying that you have to change your thought pattern or thoughts before intentionally, before you change on to your routine work, right? So now the point here is suppose I don't feel rewarded by changing my thought pattern, then how will I be changing my thoughts, and how will I be switching over to another habit? What is that? What is missing? Why the thought is not coming? That is the main thing. How can we, change our thoughts without without thinking about how reward it can give us, how rewarding it can be? Is it not important that it should deliver some reward so that we change our thinking pattern?
So would you like me to answer that?
Yes, please.
So the idea is this: between our ears, we have the ability to recreate any body chemistry, any experience that we wish to create, my study and my background, because I found out that our thoughts really dictate the quality of our life, I went into hypnotherapy to try to understand, is there a modality, is there a tool to help people with this idea? And for anyone that's not familiar, hypnotherapy is simply, it's focused and immersed, awareness. It's we all do it at times. And so what we're talking about here is the reward system is ourself. And most of the time people get trapped in this way of thinking. It's like they try to force themselves to change the way that they are. And what I would say is that's not the first step. Is the first step is awareness, is simply notice, right? Simply notice when you're doing something without the pressure of trying to change it. But just start noticing. Like if you're trying to change and drink more water than something else, put the water in front of you and make it a choice point so that you can choose, okay, I'm going to choose to drink the water or choose to drink something else. And that is my choice. And I'm not, so the reward comes from success. And if we can put ourselves in those moments of when we actually are succeeding in doing something better, more in alignment, it does pull us. There is people that talk about the carrot stick method of changing your habits, right? To have the pain and the reward at the same time. But what I truly believe for myself is if we can find that thing that draws us, right, the reward internally, then it makes it much easier to change the way that we do things.
Wonderful, sir. This choice that we have changes everything. So wonderfully brought up by you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Stephen, sir. Thank you for inputs. Now I will move on to thank you, and I will move on to my screen sharing again. Let's go on to this. When we talk about self-awareness, as Mr. Stephen just now pointed out, okay, why self-transformation? Because it is going to improve our personal life, first of all, and professional life. That is the change in our attitude. That will bring the change in our. And what is personal life? May we have, we want to change certain, we want to enhance our self-awareness, as Sir also told us. It will boost our confidence when we know that why we are doing what we are doing. It fosters fulfillment and it enhances our emotional resilience. So when our personal life is giving us reward, we definitely would want to change or transform ourselves from what we are to what we want to be. Now, next, professional life. Now we see that whenever we change, we are changing this. The choices we make, we are changing either for a good or for a betterment, or we are demeaning ourselves or our capabilities or productivity or our adaptability towards taking challenges in life and towards seeing the opportunities as such. So that is why our self-awareness, our transformation, that is basically based, the root of transformation lies in our habits. Whatever habits we inculcate, it will reward us in our personal life as well as in our professional life. In our professional life, good habits or good practices, when we cultivate, it directly affects our work. It directly affects our time management and our focus. We see things in a different way. We utilize our time in a better way. Like from, scrolling onto the media, we are writing something, or we are doing some yoga, or we are walking in, or we are taking care of our health or taking care of our personal well-being, then automatically we utilize our time in a better way. It builds adaptability. The more you change, you're open to change, you are ready to take the calculated risk as such. We keep, being progressive is being adaptable. Like switching on from one habit to another. What is that? We were adapting a new routine for yourself, right? So that will strengthen strengthen you and inspire you to grow. And obviously, that mindset will attract new roles in you, new opportunities in you, new connections you will build. Suppose I'm sitting at home and not doing anything when I get up in the morning. And another scenario is I get up in the morning, I go to the gym, I go to nature, I see the sun, flowers, I see the birds chirping. Automatically, that connection helps me to build more better experiences and connections for myself. And that connection that I build is obviously the result of my switching off, or getting onto our functioning of the choices that we want to build ourselves. So the common it is not that easy. Basically the point here is how we can make it easy for us to switch on or switch off of certain things in life and become adaptive. It is not that easy. So what is that one thing that you think that if you can change one thing that can really make it easy for you to face the challenge of your transformation? What is that one thing? Can you write it down in the chat box if you think about any idea? Yes, you want to speak up? Please do that. Absolutely. Mr. Stephen is saying that the greatest challenge I faced was trying to make sense of things that did not make sense. It is a change of perspective altogether. Wonderful. And that is the greatest challenge. And we when do we take up challenges? We take up challenges when we are self-aware, when we have the power to inspire ourselves, when we see our growth, when we see that something is there which is blocking our growth, then only we will be able to take that challenge further. Walking 5 kilometers daily is another perspective of taking the challenge. Anybody else? Now again, battery is 90% charged. Now again we go on to this thing that whatever challenge is there, these are the various challenges that we generally face. The fear, because suppose I want to change my habit, I will fear that whatever I am experiencing at the moment, whatever comfort I am experiencing at the moment, I don't know whether that thing will give me that much comfort, or that much I will lose myself in the process. We are always under fear because we are very resistant to change. Do you think that we don't want to change sometimes? We resist change altogether, and because we resist change, we lack the consistency. And that when we lack the consistency, we self sabotage ourselves, that I am like this only. My habit is this. So what can I do about it? I can't do anything about it. That is the imposter syndrome that we inflict on ourselves. And suppose I am following certain ritual. Uh, I'm fearful of losing, you know, losing my current situation. Suppose in a business we are taking risk, right? We have a choice here, but fearing that we may, face losses. We may, we may lose our clients. Suppose I am upgrading myself to a next level. I'm changing my style of working. That will again, I will be fearful that I may lose whatever I have right now, right? So I may lose people who are with me. People will judge me that I'm not doing the right things in life. It can be, your friends, your family members, or the person who are near to you, or who are your colleagues. They this kind of will you कि ये तो changes, ये तो बदलता रहता है, ऐसा कर रहा है वैसा कर रहा है, और हमें लगता है कि that we are not up to the mark, we are not going as people are doing it. Suppose in a fashion also, we want to follow whatever is prevalent in the society, whatever is prevalent fashion, we will opt for that. We will, rather than changing that pattern. So I would like to share one story. She is Anya, a story. She was struggling with, she lacked confidence. Why she lacked confidence? She liked writing, as Mr. Ganesh is saying that he loves whatever speeches he listens to, or wherever he finds a new idea, he write them down. Whenever he gets ideas, he write down, right? Before sleeping or getting up in the morning, he writes down his view. Now, she was really about choose writing if I'm not capable of becoming a good writer. So I would just want you to close your eyes for a few seconds and visualize yourself, your future self, what you want to be and where you want to see yourself. Let us just do this exercise before we narrate the story of Anya. Now, when you go through this visualization, we will see that you I'm not saying that you change your new appearance as such. You change your how you feel, how you act, how you think by this visualization. That I if you want to become something else now, whatever you are at the moment, you change your feelings, you will change how you act, and you will change how you think. That Mr. Steven also pointed out that we need to change that pattern. Now, I did the same activity with Anya. Then when she opened her eyes, she was she was quite you can say that she was terrified because she felt that she is not doing what she is meant to do. She was in tears. Why? Because she saw herself to be a confident, articulate writer as such. When she saw herself that, but she said, ki, nahi, 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 that I can't become. Whatever you are visualizing at the moment, now some voice will come from inside that you are not capable of that. Suppose you are saying that I want a body like a Ritik Roshan, but at the back of the mind, you will see that no, 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 that is for him, not for me, right? So this way, she was also feeling very imposter kind of syndrome attacked her, and she said, no, 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 she can't be. Well, people are calling her very prolific writer, and people are clapping for her on a stage. Whenever I visualize myself as a public speaker, I visualize myself in big stadiums and big countries, and people, thousands and lakhs of people sitting there. But maybe I will feel some insecurity inside that. No, I'm not meant for that. That is only Tony Robbins can do that. Basically, and Oprah Winfrey can do that, not me. So Anya also felt like that. So my suggestion was to Anya that you start very small. Just write 2 lines or 1 line or one paragraph every day, whatever she feels like. Don't worry about what you're writing, whether it is making sense or not. So she started it, and every morning, 1 page every morning. Then she compiled those pages, and that came out to be a very reflective writing. And she compiled it into a book, and that was published. And she was very established writer, and at the moment she is a very good, successful, and feeling empowered as a writer. So this is the way our feelings of insecurity takes us, and this is how we can change or reverse our situation. Now, I would want you to write down here, what is that one thing that you would want to change in yourself. Write that one thing that you want to change about yourself. Write in the chat box, or you can open up your mic and speak. Yes, I want the answers because I bank on that only. Become a bit more fit and healthy. Great. Widen my network. Now, I wonderful. Now, ask yourself: do you deserve that? What is that? Comparison. Amisha, what do you mean by that? Can you throw some light on that?
Okay, ma'am. So, like, comparing yourself with others, like in many aspects, like on the basis of work, sometimes on the basis of looks, like comparing yourself constantly and feeling not enough, like that you should do more, that you can become like that, or that always create some sort of unhappiness, or like that type of habit I want to like give up.
You want to inculcate that kind of
Like,
practice in you,
uh,
or you want to avoid that?
ma'am, I want to be a more secure person, like who is confident.
Yeah, more secure person. Very good. Do you deserve that or not?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Absolutely, yes. Wonderful. Very good. That is the start of it. That is, you are feeling rewarded if you do that, right? So that is self-aware. Excellent presentation. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you, Amisha.
Thank you.
I'll again get back to my sharing. Yeah. Now this is when we deserve, we are awakened to the need for change. We are embracing embracing self-reflection. We are surrendering to something higher than us, because whatever we want to get from us, it totally depends on how our forces are working towards it, basically. How action we are taking towards it, how we are feeling about it, how we are acting about it, right? So, how we are compassionate with ourselves, how we are practicing self-love, basically. Then only we'll be able to get the rewards of that what we deserve in life. Now, as I told her, Anya, we were talking about, start small and stay consistent. That is the key to it. See, once I was talking to a person who was very fitness freak person. And you know what he told me? I told him that I am very inconsistent in my healthy practices, like you doing exercise and all. So he told me, you start from scratch. I asked him, what is that? So he asked me, you just get up in the morning, don't do anything, just wear your dress, your gym dress or your walking shoes or whatever comfortable clothes you want to wear while walking or going to the gym. Just do that first. Don't go to the gym. Don't go outside. Just do. This is called, electrifying or starting to believe what you want to exactly do. You start feeling things, So when you start from a scratch, the next day, you will not see yourself just, fitting into the clothes and, wearing the shoe. You will step out just for 5 minutes and come back. Then consistently or persistently, you increase your minutes. That's the right way to do, because I feel that way. Maybe you have some other mechanism to work on yourself, that can be different for every individual as well. But to be consistent is like first day, you're realizing that it's importance, you're practicing it, and the day comes when you will not be satisfied with yourself just sitting in the clothes and the shoes. You will get up automatically, and when you walk for 5 minutes, you'll feel. When I walk for 6,000 steps, then only I realize that I need walking. It is so powerful. I walked for 10 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 1 hour, then after 6,000 steps. After you walk for 1 hour, you realize the importance of walk in your body. You feel that, and that will keep you on that road, basically. So habit stacking to integrate new habits with the existing routines. Then only we'll be able to do that if we are consistent with the old with the habit that we want to build, and we track progress. I feel vitality when I walk for 10,000 steps, and I track my progress because my phone notes my steps, and I adjust myself to my routine when I finish that. Because, when I walk, I walk slow. Sometimes I walk slow. Sometimes I need to, increase my steps, increase my speed. And that way, I track my progress, and I see that it is helping me out in so much various ways. So, what is the one habit you want to build and change that we have already discussed? Suppose Naman was saying that his current habit is scrolling social media before bed, or while getting up in the morning. So the impact we can see, what impact it is giving. It is giving us less sleep. We are not able to get up fresh in the morning. Lack of focus in the morning. As Naman said, it was foggy. It looks foggy. Everything looks foggy. Your focus is, haywire. And when you focus, you see the impact. Then only you'll be able to get into building the new habit. So the new habit is reading for 10 minutes before bed. That will automatically, give you enough this thing to sleep. Once one of my mentors told me, when you lose focus and when you are not feeling interested in doing things what you want to do, he told me very simple thing. He told me, you read very complicated topic, and that complicated topic will awaken you from inside. You want to understand it. तुम्हें आपको समझने के लिए बहुत ही शक्ति चाहिए, और जब आप उसको अवेयर हो जाएंगे, जब आंखें खुल जाएंगी, हमारी आंखें खुलने की देर है. It's just a matter, like, we have to open our eyes towards what impact it is giving us. and what reward it will give us when we change. So that you have. So basically, it's how you build up your stamina for adaptability or thinking pattern, changing the thinking patterns, basically. So we have already discussed that what cue is there, what routine, or this is called the habit loop. So what is the habit loop? Habit loop is nothing but, there is a trigger that keeps us oriented towards that habit. And it gives us some comfort. Comfort is a reward for us. Whatever we are following during the day, that we're feeling so cozy about it. We're feeling so rewarded about it. We're feeling so happy about it, rather. So that is a habit loop. That is why it keeps on, going on in a loop like this. And just one thought, as Mr. Stephen was, mentioning, just one thought can change, and it can, give us a new trigger to transform ourselves to the next step. So that is the impact of the positive habit on our transformation. We have to just break that loop, and now that loop can be broken by daily reflection, journaling, or having a quiet, जैसे you said कि meditation करते हैं आप, आशिमा जी ने बोला कि मैं meditate करना चाहती हूँ या करती हूँ. So it is a quite time to assess your day, how it is going to be, and how do you want your day to be. Just think about that. The daily reflection when you get up in the morning, you will come to know what thoughts you need to bring. Because when you do the thought dumping, journaling is what? You are dumping your thoughts on a piece of paper. If those thoughts will keep in your mind, they will keep on coming after one loop another. You have to dump them into the paper, or you have to tell them to somebody who can guide you, or you can just journal them, and you can see that new thoughts are coming up after journaling. You have created the space for new thinking, for new habits, for new ways of changing your perspective towards the things. So these will create a small wins in your life. Every daily reflection will create a small win. A small win in the sense like suppose suppose you have changed your clothes, you have put on your shoes. That is a small win for you. And next day you going out for 5 minutes. That is a small win for you. Now celebrate that win. That will build the momentum. Momentum is the only thing which will keep you going. You have to create the momentum. Either we create the momentum, or we keep ourselves in the environment that keeps the momentum going. That is why people, what they want a system intact for them, and that system is gym. That system is conditioning your mind. That system is changing your thoughts as a new system. Either you build it yourself, or you be in the company of those people who are already in the momentum. And last but not the least is the gratitude practice, acknowledging what's going on well every day. So now that acknowledgement, that last May, when you go to sleep at the night, just ponder on things that went well. That is the trigger. That is a cue to make your routine better. Because yes, you did this. I'm so proud of myself. Give yourself some gift. Celebrate. Be grateful for whatever happened during the day. This is for, we need to track, we need to have a habit plan, basically, if we want to really improve on ourselves. Because we have to start small, right? Then only we can be able to a big winner. So we have to keep the track for at least 7 days. Choose a very simple, achievable habit. Write it down in your tracker. Stay consistent with it. That will and see that it is improving every day. Improving just an inch of it. That will create a momentum. So this is the power of 1%. We keep on changing 1% every day. 365 percentage in a year. That is a big win, right? So this is because it this confidence will make you committed to something which is greater in your life. That the outcomes are greater. It will reinforce that commitment in you. It will make you more positive, and it will it will keep on the momentum to go, right? So every day we should feel that the gratefulness towards whatever changes happens in our life, whether it is 1%, 2%, or 100%. So what is that one thing that you are going to take action about, if you really want to change yourself? What is that one action? What is that one present activity that we are going to take from today onwards or from tomorrow onwards? Whenever you think about it, whenever you're ready mentally, then only you'll be ready physically to do that action, right? So transformation is not a future event, it is a present activity. So let us do this activity now. What is the one thing that you are going to advise yourself or change about yourself from today? Like if I talk about it, I would like to visualize more, visualize myself in a way that I'll visualize myself in a way that I'm giving very good presentations all over the world. I visualize myself in a big stadium and giving my sessions there. This is my visualization. This keeps me, this keeps the spark in me. Anything can keep a spark in you. That suppose you have thought about ki, I have to be better every day. I have I have to grow. I'm committed to grow. That one thing will not be, let you sleep. As Abdul Kalam ji, has said that dreams are not that makes you sleep. Dreams are that wakens you up. So that awakening will only come from your inner fire, your inner spark to be better every day. It can be maybe it is not giving you a monetary value, but it is giving you a satisfaction, a fulfillment that you have done that, you have been there, you have consistently followed what you wanted to do in your life. So that spark in you will keep you in momentum. So what is that spark? What is that action, that spark that will keep you in momentum? Can you write it down here in the chat box? मैंने तो अपने spark के बारे में अभी बताया आपको. आप भी अपना स्पार्क लिखिए. वो क्या चीज है जो आपको जगाए रखेगा, बदलाव के लिए जो आपको मजबूर करेगा, वो क्या चीज है? राइट इट डाउन प्लीज, और यू कैन स्पीक आउट. ओपन अप योर माइक्स एंड स्पीक. आई वांट द स्पार्क. वी आर, अवर व्हाट इज अवर, मन क्या होता है? इट इज जस्ट लाइक अवर चाइल्ड. जैसे वी टेल टू अवर चाइल्ड, वी नर्चर हिम and we tell him that no, do this, it will be better for you. Yeah, thank you. To change the habit of being in nature and moving each day to start the day. Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful advice to yourself. I'm looking up to more such advices. Mr. Stephen, you can speak on your self reflection and self advice to yourself. Yeah.
So what I found that works for myself is, just like you had mentioned, is to visualize yourself in that future state, but to do so really with that full feeling of how it would feel to be that way. So while you were sharing that, I just came up with the idea that, really what brings me the most joy is being at peace. It's having that groundedness. It's enjoying the nature. It's all of that intentional way to start the day before the phone calls start, before the meetings start, before the interactions with other people start. And so what I did is I thought of, when did I feel the best? And that is when I did have a habit of getting up and going out into nature. I'd ride my bicycle. I enjoyed the coolness, the wind, the movement, and I felt good about myself. So not only did I get that benefit of the healthy exercise, but it also brought me into a place of grounding and brought me to that place of flow. So to put myself into that moment was just to simply remember it and then realize that I really enjoyed it. So, now that circumstances have changed and I've got the ability to do this again, it's a good habit to start back at. So that's what I will do.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you for giving such a wonderful viewpoint about, feeling good about something and then doing it, because you are experiencing a change in you. That inspires the spark in us. When we experience the good change in us, when we feel better, that is the real spark. Thank you so much for sharing your view. Thank you so much. Anyone else, please? Please write it down. What is that one spark in you that, makes you feel better, or you want to advise yourself to do that? Can you write it down? I think we can share more views on this. Mr. Stephen, you can share more about how does a spark in us, propels us to change or transform us, basically. What is that?
So,
That crux? Yeah.
so what I wanted to start with is kind of taking everyone back, maybe about 7 years ago, and it was this choice point that I had where I wasn't happy. And what I realized is that I didn't even know what happiness was. And so, if we're talking about changing our life and changing some of these habits, we may not even know what it is that we want to have. We just may not be happy with where we're at. And so what I realized is that just by making a choice, and it can be anything. It can be your health. It can be how you spend your time. It's your awareness. Any of those things. Your mood, whether you're happy or not. Whether you're grateful or not, that it all starts with making a choice and a vow to yourself that you deserve this, and that your life can encapsulate this. Because so often we're chasing this ideal that was given to us by somebody else, either society or parents or teachers or siblings, and it's not bringing us a life that's fulfilling. And if we really look at what wealth is in this life, it's our health and it's our time. Everything else, and it's also the ability to do what we would like to do. So if we take those three things, that's the sum total of what a good quality life is. And what it came down to me is realizing that I didn't even know what happiness was, if that was my goal. But I made my vow that I was going to live the rest of my life happy. And I stepped onto that path without knowing. And there's an interesting thing that happens when you shift out of knowing the answers and step onto this path of co-living with everyone else. We realize that we don't need to have the answers, that there will be other people along the way that you'll find so many different people that will share this. But if you're going to sum it down into, so many people will give you advice and so many people will tell you how to live and what you should do. And the greatest thing that we can do is to take that in and then choose what it is that we want to do, what works for us. And what I noticed is that the best thing that we have control over is our thoughts and where we place our attention, the meaning that we give to it. And so if we can learn to notice how how our life is, how we feel when we're thinking certain thoughts, and then to choose slightly better. And it doesn't mean that you have to go from being unhappy to happy right away, or unfulfilled to fulfilled. It just means that you choose something a little bit better. And then as you choose better, you'll start noticing how things start changing around you. And what I realized is that the lens that we use to see the world is how we are internally. And until we change that, the world will be as we see it. But we can change the way the world is by changing the way that we are. And it will not make sense to your mind. But
Yeah,
the moment that
exactly.
you experience it, the moment that you actually experience what I'm talking about, it just clicks into place. And so the idea is that whatever you want out in the world, start becoming that. And so if you're looking for success, think of how you're successful and start realizing your own success. And then once you do that, then that will be reflected externally. The same is true for love, happiness, health, whatever it is that you're seeking. So that's my long-winded answer. So thank you for giving me the chance to say that.
Thank you, Stephen, for your wonderful words of wisdom that you apply in your life, and you have the perception you have towards your inner well-being, the happiness that is the real, driving force that drives us to get, transform ourselves from what we are by making better choices in life. That is a wonderful perspective towards it. Thank you so much, Mr. Stephen. Thank you. Now, we were just going towards the end of our presentation here today, as Aristotle has summed up that we are what we repeatedly do. Whatever we are doing, we are going to get the same results. If we want to change our doing, then only we'll be getting the different results. And excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So let us choose excellence over being average. I'm not saying about perfection. Let us excel in thinking. Let us excel in doing things. Let us excel in feeling how we are feeling towards the world around us. So that will become our habit eventually. because that is the thing that we are going to do in our routine, you know. So let us see ourselves from different perspective, and let us see our real spark, and let us make better choices towards how we are going to see ourselves in the future. So thank you, and I would like to thank all of you for your wonderful participation through chat and through your viewpoint, especially Mr. Stephen, Ashima, and SEMS Foundation for inviting me for this wonderful session. I would just be very happy to meet you again on some other topic, or eventually the same topic. We can enhance it further and see how we are becoming, basically. So stay inspired, stay connected. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a meaningful and powerful session. Your insights on building habits and transforming mindset have truly inspired us. So, any one of you want to ask some further questions from ma'am?
You're welcome. Yes, Zeba, please speak up. Zeba is raising her hand, or she's clapping for us. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Zeba. Any questions, please? You're welcome.
The question that I would have for you, Sangeeta, is that what brought you on this path? What brought this to your attention, or what made this something that you are pursuing?
See, my motto of life is to know thyself and be creative and innovative to evolve. So this is my motto of my life as such. And being creative is like, getting into the new ideas of transformation. And innovation is applying those creative ideas so that it can build me or build others in the process, right? So I feel that if we are creative, getting the new ideas for ourselves, if we are innovative, using those ideas and building something for us, and in this process, helping others, because our goal is first to transform ourselves, then only we'll be able to influence or impact our surroundings. And mutually, when we get together in that connectivity, we can make a world better place to live. So this is the spark for me, and I want to pursue excellence uh, in my day. So, whenever I see a day, I just see in the morning that how I just pray for that day should go very peacefully in a positive way, adding value to myself, adding value to others. So at the end of the day, I just look up to my activities, what I have done and what was left and what I couldn't do. I should do it tomorrow morning, or I should at least focus on it or be in that thought, so that I come up with some transformation of a sort in a smaller way. I just keep I just go in a very small steps, basically. I don't do very big job like creating a great works. Maybe I am capable of it. I know that very well. I deserve it. But starting small is the thing that I look up to every day, and starting small in a excellent manner. So if we keep on doing these small steps, suppose I'm coming from outside and I am taking off my shoes. I make sure that I keep those shoes in a proper rack or wherever they belong. I whenever I change my dress, I just see that I I fold the clothes, or and keep them organized in an organized way in my books and things like that. That way, when I do this, I feel that my thoughts are being organized, and my thoughts are being organized. They will work in default by default. When you condition your mind, so conditioning of the mind is nothing. Just you have to think about it, reflect on it, and do the affirmation kind of a thing. Just say to your mind that I have to do this, and that's you fixed in the mind. It will automatically do it. You just have to say once or twice to your mind, and automatically, I think a subconscious mind is very powerful, and it listens to us like anything. And nobody in this world will listen to us, only subconscious mind. So I just keep on doing small little things and adding value in a way that keeps me, very happy. Anyone else who would like to uh, uh, ask anything else? Any questions, please? 4 new messages are here. Let me check it out. Wonderful session, really informative. Thank you, Zeba. Informative presentation. Nicely organized. Thank you, Mr. Ashish Gupta ji. Thank you.